Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, kicking off the late pick 5 at Santa Anita on opening day Friday with Grade 1 Breeders' Cup win and you're in action. This for the juvenile fillies, the Grade 1 Chandelier Stakes, mile and a 16th. Let's take a peek at this field. You've got the divisional leader in here, trained by Bob Baffert, the number 4 Bast, 3-5 on the morning line, deservedly so, off of almost a 9-length romp in the Del Mar debutante last time out, but she is going to have to stretch out around 2 turns, as are many of these fillies. And let's see how the Timeform US pace projector expects this to be played out after the first half mile. Buyer's Remorse, the 5, stretch out sprinter. She's a maiden for Doug O'Neill, expected to be out there. Luca Thea's pretty fast out of the gate, Mike. I wouldn't be surprised if she's on just a complete send, and Bast is probably going to be sitting in the catbird seat, sitting 3rd or 4th.
Yeah, she can certainly get a good trip because she showed in that Del Mar debutante win last time that she's not a slow horse. She can get forward and get a trip in this race. And a trip's going to go a long way. All these horses, or most of them for that matter, have to prove that they can stretch out.
One of them is down towards the inside, the number 1, Been Studying Her, a perfect 2 for 2 in her career. And let's go back to her most recent win, the Generous Portion Stakes against California-bred fillies. She's on the outside right now. She tracked the pace 3 wide. She's making the lead right now, and she goes on her way to a professional victory. And I think that's probably the best way to describe her right now. She does everything right on the racetrack. She hasn't run as fast as Bast, but I guess she has some upside potential. Her sire, primarily known as a sprinter, Mike, I think the connections are hoping maybe she gets some stamina from the Kitten's Joy on the bottom of this pedigree.
Yeah, we'll see about her stretch. It has to be a real question mark for them, how far she wants to go. But as you say, she has been very professional in her first 2 starts. I'm not blown away by her, Dan, but she's made no mistakes, that's for sure. She's got a great post on the inside.
The number 2, KP Dreamin', was dismissed at 50-1 in her career debut in a field that included Bast, and that distance was probably a little short for her, just looking at the pedigree. She's by Union Rags out of a point-given mare. Jeff Mullins stretched her out second time out. She responded with a score at a mile. Let's watch that race right now. She's down on the inside in the red silk. She's got a little bit of work to do, but I like how she goes through this hole. Yet another professional performance, and she at least has proven that she can go 2 turns.
The trip really wound up working out for her in this race, but she always sort of looked like she was going to win, Danny. This rider just had her under a real good hold most of the way. Once he got the room on the inside, she came right on through and won it pretty convincingly. I thought I liked this effort from her. She is bred to go all day long. There's tons of stamina on the bottom in this pedigree. We'll just see if she can take a step forward, because she has to take a step forward.
She does have to take a step forward, but all these fillies have upside. Not a price. You could certainly use this horse on the bottom of your single race exotics at the very least. The 3 is comical, and earlier this summer she won the Grade 3 Schuylerville at Saratoga, not the strongest field in the world, and she did it over a wet track. Now she's returned to Southern California, and she's taken on the best 2-year-old fillies in Southern California. The now injured Amalfi Sunrise and Bast, and she really hasn't done much. Last time out, just outrun early.
Yeah, it was sort of surprising that she didn't have any speed at all in that last race. It was something different for her. She did not do that much running, picking up 3rd. I don't know. So far, she hasn't shown that she really wants to go this far, Dan. I'd be very concerned about her stretching out.
Story of the race is the number 4 Bast, trained by Bob Baffert, $500,000 daughter of Uncle Mo. Looked good in her career debut despite finishing second, rushing up on the outside to battle 5 wide, 4 wide all the way through the turn. Good runner-up effort. She turned the tables on the filly that beat her in that debut, Inspiressa, in this Del Mar debutante. And she's had a very nice trip off a 3-ply pace. She has already taken over the lead from the exhausted pace setters. But I really like how she extends in the drive, Mike. You can tell this filly has talent just by the way she moves.
Yeah, that's true. You could tell she had talent first time out too, where she just didn't break that great. Had to come wide in that race as well. It looked like a race that she really needed. She took a huge step forward here. Yes, the trip was very good, and they contested it in front of her. You saw her there in the replay, just sort of taking over without a fight at the top of the stretch. But she finished that race off pretty impressively. She's way the horse to beat.
And she certainly has the pedigree to stretch out, and she's only stretching out a furlong and a half off that win at 7, compared to the 5 Buyer's Remorse, who must stretch out 2.5 furlongs off of her runner-up effort in her debut at Del Mar. Let's watch that race right now. Buyer's Remorse did not take much money. She did show good speed. She's in the familiar Redham colors, the number 4 down towards the inside, and she's just not going to be able to hold off Stellar Sound in a pretty good effort. Now, looking at her pedigree, she's by Liam's Map out of a Mineshaft mare. You would have to think that she will appreciate the extra distance, This is a big ask, taking on some of the better 2-year-old fillies in Southern California while a second-time maiden.
Yeah, it is a big ask. I thought she ran well first time out, though. I like that performance from her. She does have pedigree, I guess, to go this far. We'll just see what happens. It's hard to get a real read on that first race from her because as much as I liked it, they were all first-time starters. So who knows how good it ultimately turns out to be. But I thought she ran well in that race.
Based on her almost 15-length win in a maiden claiming race 2 starts back, the number 6 Luca Thea was bet down to 4-1 in the Del Mar debutante against the likes of Bast. She showed good early speed, was part of that 3-ply pace battle, and tired. She's going to have to stretch out here with the speed to her inside and buyer's remorse. There are some class questions for her to address, but she is very fast out of the gate. I mean, she never gave him a chance, back.
Yeah, they just have to send her, I guess, because the one race where she just cleared off on the lead, not only did she win by the length, especially 91 by her speed figure, her other 2 figures are 47 and 29. Make of that what you will. I can't trust her stretching out in this race, but maybe she's dangerous if she gets loose.
Bast Way, the horse to beat, to me, a must-use in the pick 5. We take a look at our selections. I'm going to give Bin Studying her a little bit of a chance for an upset. She must prove that she can stretch out. I do like the professionalism, the fact that she can sit behind horses, and she should be able to save some ground going into the first turn under Mike Smith. But for you, Bast, one of the better 2-year-old fillies in the country, she wins this. She could very well be the favorite in the Breeders' Cup.
Yeah, I just didn't really see any reason to take a big chance against her. I was sort of interested in KP Dreamin', who I thought ran well last time. Buyer's Remorse, we'll see what she does. They were my other 2, but I went 4-2-5.
Mike's going 4-2-5. I'll go 1-4-2 in the Grade 1 Chandelier, one of 3 graded stakes races on opening day at the Great Race Place on Friday. This one kicks off the late pick 5 with an approximate post of 3 p.m. Pacific. Good luck.